So much of the growth in Boston in the late 19th century happened in a period that historians sometimes call the Gilded Age. And this term actually comes from a novel that Mark Twain and Charles Dudley Warner, and at the time Warner was the better-known author, wrote in 1873 called The Gilded Age, A Tale of Today. And it's a great novel about political corruption and land speculation and the desire to get rich by selling something that isn't really your own. And you know the term gilded, it means something that has a veneer, a golden covering that makes it look like gold, but inside could be tin or lead or nothing really. So that's really the symbol for this age, a period that seems to be solid gold, but actually is not. At least that was Twain and Warner's take on it. We know that at this time the United States has an expansive economy, but an economy that expands and contracts. There's tremendous economic growth, but then in the 1870s and 1890s there are the worst financial depressions in the history of the country. And there are also strikes, railroad strikes, and other industrial strikes, and real industrial violence in Pennsylvania and Illinois and even in Boston. As we have this transformation happening, the historian Richard Hofstadter wrote a book about this period, and the first line is, "America was born in the country and moved to the city." And it's in this period that we see this move to the city, as cities like Boston are expanding, and the cities are also creating new urban infrastructures, new water systems, sewage systems, gas lines, trolley lines, and other things. And the gas, the trolleys are all businesses that are licensed or chartered by the municipality to provide a service. And in this, there's a great opportunity for graft and corruption. If you are awarding a contract to someone to provide something that someone else has to pay for, you stand to benefit because it's in their interest to get the contract, and they might bribe you. In fact, in this period, the New York political boss, George Washington Plunkett, gives a series of interviews to a reporter. We're not quite sure how accurate the transcriptions were, but he makes the distinction between honest graft and dishonest graft, saying there's all the difference in the world. And George Washington Plunkett says, "I seen my opportunities and I took them." Boston does have some elements of that, but in Boston there are lots of eyes on the public till, and there are lots of checks on anyone who has power. So this is all part of the story of Boston in the Gilded Age, this transformative growth and this urban expansion, as well as political conflict, as no party is going to have power here, but lots of different elements in the city will be fighting it out in the Gilded Age.